a downtown bar that is stuffed to the gills for a book launch, which warms the cockles of my heart. I don't know that I've seen this full a book launch in Halifax before. Chris, you probably know, writes a column in the Coast called Sustainable City, and one of the things that makes us sustainable is when we're strong, and one of the things that makes us strong is diversity, and I think that Chris's wisdom in bringing together a bunch of different artists to help him celebrate. I've got nothing. I've got fun and I've got nothing. Please give it up for Chris Benjamin.
Thank you. Sexual crisis, he said. Sort of, I said. No, not really. I think you mean sexual identity crisis, so no. I'm just having a tough time, so I need an outlet. So I draw people. Badly. You can't draw, and yet you draw me? Let me see this drawing by a man who can't draw, please. I told him it was bad, unrealistic, and that I was a bit embarrassed to show it. Good, he said, we can destroy it.
Sounds when you're 5, going like a brush with you, that made you understand being alive. Going like freedom, like innocence, and like a killer on the run. I mean, gone, man, like a ghost, it's got no one.
Follow more in open areas.
You know, I mean, I'm so privileged and excited to be here and serve as the MC for the evening. So, Chris, thank you very much for that.
Angry waves upon this hall, the round and the lonely fall.
Toronto, I still haven't told I masturbate after Kat was praising and kissing Rashenka, translated from the Russian. I only recently learned my postal code. Are you going to let your emotional life be run by a hockey team?
I was so anxious about this and feared an empty house so much that underneath my hot pink dress shirt, I'm wearing a green t-shirt that says, "I'm big in Nova Scotia." While flotation nets have existed in fishing cultures for centuries, Rilaka's more labor-intensive methods worked to keep the men out of the women's hair for 6 hours a day, and vice versa, and to make physically strong, hardy men for an island left naked in the exposure of rain and merciless sun. What can go wrong. A bit of an office drone, despite his wishes to help people. Shuffling and sliding in the hopes of avoiding touch and conversation, while our engineer tried to keep us awake with alliterations on the names of the stops. Swingin' Sherburne is next stop. Swingin' Sherburne. He gave a half smile and slapped Boomy's face. Boomy's lips quivered and a tear came to his eye. Are you going to cry now, son? Yusufu asked. Are you going to embarrass me further? Boomy swallowed hard, sucking a head full of tension down his throat. His body was shaking, but he didn't cry. He shook his head solemnly no. Moved to Toronto with dreams of saving the world, and it works out about as well as that ever does. And he befriends a man from Indonesia who's living illegally in Toronto. Boomy's a bit of a special person. He's kind of one of those crazy geniuses who from a very young age has an incredible aptitude for systems. Like most human innovations, Boomy's idea had unforeseen impacts. The lighter workload and greater cash flow that came their way once Usupu caught on and got to tying what Umi's little fingers couldn't, resulted not in more playtime with his father, but less.
Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir. Au nom de l'IRA Canada, nous vous souhaitons la bienvenue à bord du train numéro